Hello everyone and welcome to the Impact Play, impacting more than just gaming. I'm your host Muhammad, otherwise known as Ichigo. We are your one-stop news hour for the latest and greatest across gaming, tech, entertainment, sports, and music. Plus, we're also amplifying voices from those respective fields and having their stories told here on the Impact Play. Your support keeps the lights running and keeps the content rolling. You can support us over at anchor.fm/McPlay/support or via Patreon. Or silver Cruise and above, get the show ad free. Go to Cruise and above, have exclusive access not only to the post show, but the early access and so much more. Learn more and become a Patreon supporter today at patreon.com/McPlay. Reviewed by using the Epic credit code McPlay. We are Epic partners, so every purchase you make when you use the Epic credit code McPlay, whether you're buying anything in Rocket League, Fall Guys, even in Fortnite, no matter what you do, we do get a commission and a slight kickback. Help support the show further elevate us and nourish request to you. Once again, that credit code is the McPlay, and it's all one word, by the way, folks. It is not case sensitive. But I digress. This is the McPlay's Reviewcast, episode 197, where we will be reviewing the 2022 Netflix series Resident Evil. So stay tuned and enjoy. I will have a little bit of spoilery content as well, so please keep that in mind before you watch the show. But before we get into the review cast, this will be a time exclusive for our Patreon supporters, so they get first dibs on this content and much more. So learn more and become a Patreon supporter today at patreon.com/McPlay. But nonetheless, everyone else will be available later on publicly on podcast services around the globe, as well as youtube.com/McPlay, as well as everywhere else where you enjoy our content. But I guess we'll get into the review cast. This was part of Resident Evil was an 8-episode series, and it did come out on July 14th. On Netflix, of course, they release everything as part of like a full episode, so you could binge watch it if you like. But we took our time with it though. So each episode was about an hour, give or take. But what I didn't like about it was where it was going back and forth between the past and the present, or should I say the present and the future. That's the best way to put it, because it did start in the past, which is apparently the present, when they were younger, when they were young kids with their father, going into New Raccoon City. Of course, it's not really spoiler content, because that's what this game is based on. It's based on the video game, the show. But nonetheless, it was going back and forth between, of course, I guess before the apocalypse and I guess after the first apocalypse, you could say, because they pretty much did nuke the old Raccoon City. So it was them as kids, and then it showed them as adults later on. So it was like back and forth, getting us closure as well as giving us a glimpse of what's to come. And apparently season 2 was not greenlit currently, as this reviewcast is being recorded on August 3rd, 2022. But the overall, it was okay. I feel like there were certain instances where it's taken, I guess, so long to build up. I feel like certain characters within the show, I feel like they could have dealt with them better, giving them a better backstory, as well as increasing their, not increasing, but what's the word I'm looking for? I guess connecting their stories between the present and the future. They could have done a much better job with that. And then it was just, I don't know how to explain it. It felt lackluster. Like it could have done a much better job with it. I felt like The Walking Dead did a lot more with the zombie apocalyptic type of content. Did a much better job than the way that Resident Evil handled it on the 2022 Netflix series. Let's see what else. And just like certain things didn't make sense throughout the show. Like it didn't. I don't know. Like It was just weird. Like literally, especially one incident was one reporter from a whole nother country, pretty much took down, not took down, but was finding things close to Umbrella that nobody else could, which didn't make any sense. I'm like, really? I'm like, yeah. It was certain things like that that I was like, ugh. Like, but I guess the one thing that I did enjoy of was the topic in between the present and the future, as well as towards the end where it gave us a little bit of a cliffhanger of what's to come. But yeah, I guess we're gonna leave it as that. We're not gonna do much spoiler content as well. So yeah, my take on it, I guess, I don't see a season 2 happening because they handled season 1 very poorly with this. On a 5-star rating, I feel like this is the lowest I've done a review cast for. I'm gonna give it a 2.25 star rating. I was gonna give it a 2.5, but it didn't even meet the 2.5. So a 2.25 star rating out of a 5-star rating. So if you guys agree with me, you could disagree with me and what have you, or you could use this as a mere guide to watching Resident Evil if you guys haven't already. Or you could even develop your own opinion if you so choose. But this is my take, my hot takes, and my review on the 2022 Resident Evil TV series on Netflix. But nonetheless, thank you guys so much for being with us. This will be available publicly later on podcast services around the globe, as well as youtube.com/THEIMPACTPLAY to everyone else publicly. So if you guys are interested in getting first dibs on this, be sure to check us out on patreon.com/THEIMPACTPLAY for this, as well as first dibs on much more exclusive content as well. But nonetheless, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Be sure to let us know your thoughts on this content, as well as what other content you want to see over on sending us a reading mail over on readingmail@theimpactplay.com, via Discord, where you have a reading mail channel as well. In addition to sending a voice note over at anchor.fm/theimpactplay, where your reading mail may even be featured on a future episode or even a special reading mail segment of the show. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We appreciate every single one of you. Thank you guys so much. If you guys haven't already, be sure to hit the follow button over on Twitch. Make an account if you guys haven't already. It only takes you a few seconds because we need that. We literally need your support and help us finally unlock subs over on the Twitch side of things as well. So it'll help us reach even more viewers, reach even more listeners by sending us your feedback over on your favorite podcast platform, whether it be Spotify, Apple Music, and what have you. But nonetheless, thank you guys so much for being with us. Have a good one, and until next time, folks.